the agenda of the day. This is our annual delegates meeting, and this is the most supreme meeting of the Sacco. I hope that we are all very clear with that. So mine is to wish you, and indeed all of us, a very fruitful meeting, a very calm meeting, because at the end of the day, our agenda is simple. Our agenda is about looking back, how have we performed, and most importantly, how are we going to perform better going forward. Having said that, I now want to declare that our meeting is officially constituted. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you to our 43rd annual delegates meeting. I thank the Almighty God for the many blessings He has bestowed upon Waumini Sacco members. Fellow leaders, we gather again not only to fulfill our statutory obligations, but also to take stock of our performance, reflect on our business trajectory, and share ideas on how to move the Sacco to the next level. And allow me to repeat that. And share ideas on how we can move Waumini Sacco to the next level. On behalf of the Board of Directors, Supervisory Committee, and Management, I want to appreciate your continued patronage of the Sacco products and acknowledge the overwhelming support from our diverse membership and stakeholders. Unfortunately, during the year 2023, a total of 62 of our members passed on under various circumstances, and we convey our deepest condolences to the bereaved families and the affected units. And I wish to invite you, team, we rise up and observe a minute of silence in honor of our departed brothers and sisters. 1 minute silence, please. Eternal rest grant unto them, O Lord.
And let perpetual light shine upon them.
May their souls rest in peace. Eternal rest grant unto them, O Lord.
And let perpetual light shine upon them.
And may their souls rest in peace. Eternal rest grant unto them, O Lord.
And let perpetual light shine upon them.
And may their souls rest in peace. You may be seated. Honorable delegates, allow me to share some of the major milestones that we achieved in the concluded year 2023. And I'm delighted to report that we completed the year 2023 successfully with the Sacco reporting growth in various key fronts, as I will present. And allow me to start by sharing with you on our Sacco asset base. The asset base, ladies and gentlemen, grew by 8.13% from Kenya shillings 6.3 billion in the year 2022 to 6.8 billion as of 31st December 2023. And I encourage members to continue patronizing Sacco products, especially the loan products, which is the major component of the Sacco asset base. On deposits, honorable delegates, our deposits grew by 6.11%. That is, from Kenya shillings 4.3 billion in 2022 to Kenya shillings 4.6 billion as of 31st December 2023. This is an area that as delegates, we must keep encouraging our members to consistently continue patronizing. Your future financial freedom is dependent on how much you choose to save and invest now. Allow me to share with you that our top 20 savers have saved Kenya shillings 198 million. I encourage members to patronize our saving products. Following the revision of the minimum contribution from Kenya shillings 300 to Kenya shillings 500, the average saving rate per member rose by 2,000 Kenya shillings during the last financial year. And I want to thank you, delegates. This is how some of the decisions we make, how they impact directly to our members and to the Sacco. Please clap for yourselves. And I want to encourage all members to continue saving consistently. On our share capital, the share capital grew by 11.75%. That is from 412,529,821 in 2022 to around 461 million as of 31st December 2023. While this is a significant growth, it's important to note that despite the high returns offered on share capital, most members have remained at the minimum expected shares of 15,000. This is one of the areas that we need to be very purposeful in encouraging members to increase their shares, so as not only to strengthen the Sacco's core capital, but also as a sure way to build their wealth. On revenue, dear delegates, our revenue grew by 9.66% from Kenya shillings 730 million in 2022 to Kenya shillings 800 million as of that 1st December 2023. Delegates, as a team, and I repeat, as a team, we have worked extremely hard to ensure that we achieve this growth, despite the challenging macroeconomic environment. My hope is that together we shall do better during the year and in the future. In this regard, I encourage you to continue with the patronization of the Sacco loan products. As a board, we shall always take advantage of the market and invest your hard-earned shilling in markets with the most optimal returns possible. On operational costs, dear delegates, due to the challenges from the macroeconomic environment and other unavoidable statutory requirements, the Sacco's operational costs increased by 8.82%. That is from Kenya shillings 230 million in 2022 to Kenya shillings around 250 million as of 31st December 2023. And allow me to say that while some of the factors were beyond the body's control, for instance, the implementation of the 2023 Finance Act, and we all know what that means, dear delegates, the board did take several measures to mitigate the rising costs and ensure efficient utilization of the Sacco's resources. On membership, I'm glad to report that our membership increased by 9.02%. That is from 55,584 in 2022 to 60,597 as of 31st December 2023. The active members as of 31st December 2023 were 49,925. The Sacco organized several members' education, sensitization, and recruitment campaigns across the country. I wish to invite you all to make more effort in encouraging many new members to join this great Sacco so that many more can enjoy the benefits of being a member of Waumini Sacco. On loan uptake, I want to report as follows. Dear delegates, while our loan portfolio has grown impressively by 13.41% from Kenya shillings 4.7 billion in 2022 to Kenya shillings 5.3 billion as of 31st December 2023, the Sacco has many members without loans. Distinguished delegates, during the year 2023, the number of members with loans is growing at a declining rate. Out of 49,925 active members, only 21,967 have taken loans with the Sacco. That represents 44% of the total active members. Most of the members, totaling to 29,958, that represents 56%, have not patronized the Sacco's loan products. Honorable delegates, as leaders of this great Sacco, we must be on the forefront in patronizing the Sacco's products and services, and also encouraging our members to do the same. I call upon the delegates to continuously educate our members on how to access the existing loan products. Despite this challenge, I am glad to report that the loan uptake increased by 10.34%. That is from Kenya shillings 2.8 billion in 2022 to Kenya shillings 3.1 billion as of 31st December 2023. The growth is attributed to, among other factors, the rebranded products during the period. For interest of time, delegates, the summary of what I've just presented is contained in table 1 on page 19. You can interact with it when you retire. Allow me to report on our stakeholders' engagement. Dear delegates, to sustain the Sacco's growth, the board is committed to a continuous engagement with all our stakeholders. We have continued to strengthen partnership and collaboration with various Catholic dioceses within the country. During the year, we held several consultative meetings with our Catholic bishops and other church leaders in various dioceses. The purpose of this engagement is to broaden collaboration with the church. Similar initiatives are expected to continue this year, and we hope to sustain them even in the future. We call upon your collaboration to champion our marketing agenda for the growth of our Sacco. On deposit mobilization, dear delegates, I report as follows. As a way of enhancing a saving culture among Sacco members, the board has made a resolution to focus on various strategies that will lead to increased deposit mobilization during the year. To achieve this, the board has introduced a tier system which will enable individual members to consistently save a minimum of Kenya shillings 600 per month, and in addition, 0.06% of loans issued. The corporate members, on the other hand, will be expected to contribute a minimum of Kenya shillings 2,000, in addition, 0.07% per month of loans issued. The percentage increase will be applicable only to members with loans. May I say something about dormant members? Dear delegates, the number of dormant members reduced by 6.77% from 11,395 in 2022 to 10,672 as of 31st December 2023. This is due to the ongoing efforts to activate those dormant accounts. On members' benevolent cover, I report as follows. The dormant members are expected to contribute, just like other members, a premium of Kenya shillings 100 for the loan guard cover. This cover ensures the family of a member receives 160,000 as the last expense, in addition to 200% of the deposits, as well as settlement of loans held by a member at the time of demise. Dear delegates, effective 1st January 2023, the service providers in the insurance industry stopped giving this benefit to members whose accounts are dormant at the time of death. We encourage all the Sacco members to always maintain an active status. And this can be achieved by contributing Kenya shillings 500 per month, being the minimum deposits. Dear leaders, as part of our efforts to enhance resource mobilization and to ensure efficiency, the Sacco, in partnership with Safaricom, will be availing an opportunity to all corporate members to obtain till numbers. The tills will be used to harness collections from corporates and units. This model will help schools and parishes in collection of funds from individual persons in those institutions. It will also provide an opportunity for institutions to earn competitive returns on their deposits. Another development, which is a proposal, is on membership of members' firms. Dear leaders, amongst us, there are members who own successful enterprises like schools, hospitals, consultants firms, etc. And as a way of growing our market without going outside our common pond, I would like to request the delegates to allow member firms to join the Sacco as corporate members. Amongst the envisaged benefits, it include increased funds mobilization and growth of both institutions and the individual members in those institutions. I want to report on revision of borrowing powers. Dear delegates, the ADM of 2016 revised the borrowing powers to Kenya shillings 50 million. The Sacco's assets then were Kenya shillings 2.7 billion. Since then, the Sacco's assets have grown to Kenya shillings 6.8 billion, representing a growth rate of 152%. As much as the Sacco does not have an intention to borrow, it is important that it be empowered in readiness for the increasing loan demand. In the month of September 2023, the Sacco was approached by a government agency, that is Kenya Development Corporation, which had received $55 million from World Bank for onward lending to Saccos and microfinance institutions. The target group was Chamas. Due to insufficient borrowing powers, which has been at Kenya shillings 50 million annually, the Sacco was unable to pursue the offer. The cost of the funds was below 9% per annum, with a processing fee of 0.75% of the amount borrowed. And the proposal we have is that the borrowing powers be a factor of the Sacco's assets. In this regard, we request the same to be fixed at 5% of the assets of the last audited accounts. Dear delegates, absolute compliance remains very close to our hearts, and it's an area that we have no option but to comply and comply fully. And therefore, on compliance, allow me to report as follows. I start with the regulatory compliance. During the year, the Sacco complied with the prudential standards set by the regulator as indicated in the table below. And I call for your attention to table number 3 on page 20. For interest of time, dear delegates, the indicators demonstrate the stability and the capital adequacy of Waumini Sacco. And I think I want to congratulate you delegates for the role you have played in ensuring that these ratios are as indicated. On statutory, I want to say as follows, that the Sacco complied with all statutory obligations through remittances and returns within stipulated timelines. Another area that is very close to the board is continued product review. The implementation of the 2023 Finance Act has come with challenges that have had a huge impact on members' disposable income. I think we are all affected. The reduced disposable income is making it difficult for members to meet their monthly obligations and access credit facilities. To address this challenge, the board has come up with a product which is expected to increase the current repayment period of the restructuring loan from 84 months to 96 months. On our M-Pesa services, and I know that it plays a key role in ensuring our levels of efficiency and convenience, let me say as follows. That during the year, dear delegates, the Sacco enhanced its M-Pesa services, and we encourage members to carefully follow instructions that have been shared through several SMSs for successful and better experiences during deposit and loan repayment. One of our biggest challenge, dear delegates, is around debt recovery. And I want to report as follows. May I start with our portfolio at risk. The portfolio at risk ratio, ladies and gentlemen, decreased from 7% in 2022 to 6.52% in the year ended 31st December 2023. The main target this year is reducing the rate to a figure below 5%. Again, dear delegates, this is an area that we must come together. We must collaborate together, and we make it one of our key areas of focus. In the same area, I want to report that the provisioning amount was within the approved budget of 2023 by moving from that 7 million to 22 million. One of the indicators on how we are performing on debt collection is the cash collected from defaulters. And I report as follows. During the year ended 31st December 2023, Kenya shillings 93,156,844 was collected from defaulters. These amounts have been distributed to their respective guarantors. Honorable delegates, while this is a clear indication that some of the initiatives taken by the board on debt collection are bearing fruit, we must acknowledge that more work should be done in this area. Defaulting remains the biggest challenge and existential threat to our growth and survival. I invite all of us to take individual responsibility and to join hands in confronting this major challenge. Another area around debt collection is on non-remittances by employers. Dear delegates, there has been lack of goodwill from some employers who deduct members' funds without remitting the same funds to the Sacco. We call upon you delegates to help in engaging units representatives for remittances of members' funds. We shall be sharing a list of those affected as we engage you delegates. Honorable delegates, we dream to grow, and growth and expansion is very close to your leaders and indeed to all of you. And on Sacco expansion, I want to report as follows. That of course, Waumini Sacco currently has 4 branches. We have our head office at Applewood Adams Arcade along Ngong Road, Nairobi. We still are at our mother or our very first branch, that is Waumini House Westlands in Nairobi. That is at Assumption Center. No, we are also at Nakuru at Assumption Center and in Kisii at Waumini Plaza. To ensure adequate service delivery to the western part of the country, and specifically Kisumu, Kitale, Bungoma, Kakamega, Vihiga, and Busia, the board has resolved to open a branch in Kisumu. Thank you. Next it will be elsewhere, and the other time it will be elsewhere and elsewhere. We are therefore requesting you to approve the proposed budget for setting up this branch. And dear delegates, allow me to just digress that before we open or we propose to open a branch, there is so much that happens behind scenes. As a team, and this is a pledge we made to you, we will never put your shilling where we are not convinced that it's going to add value. So there is thorough research that has gone to this proposal. We have interrogated, we have researched, we have scanned, we have listened, we have smelled, and we are convinced that we will earn value for our shilling. Subsequently, we are aligning our Rongai Liaison office to fit into our new business model, including agency banking. Similar efforts will be made to ensure our geographical spread and visibility in all parts of the country. On land projects, which actually is not our business now, but we engaged in similar business before. And on land projects, allow me delegates to share as follows. As you might be aware, being a deposit-taking Sacco, we are not allowed by law to transact on land matters. Efforts are being made to ensure that any pending issues from the previous land transactions are finalized and closed. For instance, title processing for land projects which were acquired during previous years before registration of housing cooperative is at the tail end. We urge all the members who have not provided the required documents to comply. And I can't wait to close this chapter. Dear delegates, every journey has its own challenges. It's never always a smooth ride. And I want to bring to your attention some of the challenges that we have experienced. And I want to say as follows, dear delegates, that despite the key achievements, the society has not been without challenges during the year 2023. And some of these challenges include, one, the negative impact of the economy and effects of the Finance Act 2023. The other challenge is the increased default rate. The other, already mentioned, is delay in remittance of Sacco funds by some of the employers. The other challenge is on low uptake and patronization of Sacco products and services. And lastly, the challenge of dormant accounts. Permit me, dear delegates, to share with you or to report to you on our 2023-2027 strategic plan. As a team, we are committed to ensuring full implementation of the strategic plan 2023-2027. We have been able to achieve some of the targets as already demonstrated. And we are looking forward to even improved performance in the year 2024. And this is a resolution that we must all make, that come 2024, when we shall be closing this year, we will have a better performance than 2023. Hello, team. Is that the commitment we can make? Together, those who will be here, how many are making that commitment? That we must work to perform better in 2024. Heaven is seeing and is watching. Some of the pillars of the strategic plan include the following. One of those is growth in membership. And we intend, as per our strategic plan, to realize quality membership totaling to 84,000 by the year 2027, from 42,000 in the year 2022, and that will translate to a 15% growth. On credit management, we intend to increase the loan portfolio from 5 billion in 2022 to Kenya shillings 9 billion by 2027, translating to a 10% increment or growth annually. Number 3, on finance, we intend to grow our back office deposits from 4.4 billion in 2022 to Kenya shillings 7 billion by 2027, and that is a 10% annual growth. On human resource, and we all appreciate and recognize the role of human resources, of course, as an impetus on catapulting our performance, and as per our strategic plan, we purpose to attract and retain competent staff. Knowing the role that corporate governance plays, again, as a factor in our growth and sustainability, we purpose on leadership and governance to promote good corporate governance. May I report as follows on human resource? Dear delegates, during the year, 6 new staff members joined the Sacco in various capacities, while 5 employees left for various reasons. The staff turnover rate for the year ended 31st December 2023 was 7.81% compared to 6% in the year ended 31st December 2022. Another new development in the Sacco is recruitment of a compliance and quality assurance officer. In line with the regulator's requirements that Saccos must create an office for a compliance officer, I am happy to announce that we carried out our interviews and the officer is expected to report during the first quarter of the year. Other than the many potential benefits to be derived from this position as exposed by the regulator, we plan that this desk will provide an impetus to better service delivery and improve our risk management. A major milestone during the period, dear delegates, is systems upgrade and technological development. And I must say, like you all know, that technology now is a major driver in almost every social and business dynamic. And it's not a good thing to have, but it's a necessary tool to have. And we are cognizant of that fact, that it's no longer a good thing to have. It is a necessary tool in the times that we are in. And therefore, allow me to report, dear delegates, as follows. That to address the challenges related to service delivery, the Sacco rolled out a system upgrade, and that is from Navision 2013 to Dynamics 365. And the customization is at the tail end. And we hope to commence the support by the vendor in the coming few months. Some of the benefits of the upgrade, among many, are as follows. 1, introduction of agency panging, which will ensure adequate interactions with the Sacco systems. Number 2 is online loan application. And number 3, introduction of an interactive self-service portal, which will bring versatility and general service improvement. Related to technology, I want to say something about Sacco uptime, and I report as follows. That as part of ensuring good customer service for members, the board has ensured continued and timely services with Sacco. In the year 2023, the downtime was very minimal, and I hope that this is your experience, dear delegates. I wish to take this opportunity to thank the service providers and our secretariat for their tireless efforts. The other area I wish to report to you, dear delegates, is on ISO certification. And I report as follows. That the Sacco has embarked on a journey of ISO certification for quality management systems, particularly ISO 9001-2015. The ISO certification is projected to ensure quality services to our members through review of processes and documentations. The board reviewed the policies, some of which will be subjected to further scrutiny by the ISO teams. On corporate governance, and we know the place and role of corporate governance to our sustainability and performance, and dear delegates, allow me to report as follows. I start with the board's performance. The board has continued to provide strategic leadership and guidance in Sacco operations. In the year 2023, the board managed to propel the Sacco forward despite various challenges as already highlighted and demonstrated. The other agenda I want to report to you, delegates, is on our delegates' empowerment. And I think this is an extension of the narrative we started some time ago, asking how can we do it together? How can we enhance our collaboration and synergize and leverage on each other's strengths and our own unique spaces? And I want to say as follows, dear delegates, that to ensure effective communication between the delegates and the members they represent, the board has recommended the introduction of a monthly reimbursement of airtime per delegate. Further, as part of responding to the high inflation, the board has revised the delegates' transportation and accommodation rate effective this ADM. Of course, subject to your approval. Dear delegates, to enhance the education agenda, the board has developed a booklet containing our products and services, which I think has already been distributed to all delegates, and it is available in our digital platforms. And allow me to say, dear delegates, that even as we make these efforts, they place on all of us an extra burden. Because come next year, we must look at each other in the face and say, was this value adding? Hello? Yes. And therefore, like we agreed, every effort, every shilling we place anywhere must translate to a return to our Sacco. Allow me to say as follows on recruitment of members. Honorable delegates, considering that you are the people on the ground, you understand the local dynamics better. The board is convinced that we are likely to do better if you are engaged more in our marketing activities. In the year 2023, we piloted with some delegates in the country by engaging them to conduct marketing and recruitment in their respective regions. And we are happy to report that it yielded good results. The board is laying strategies and modalities to leverage on your proximity to the people during marketing and recruitment campaigns. And I encourage you to be available whenever you may be called upon to engage and to participate. Dear delegates, is that a deal? It's like you did not get it. That is the kind of partnership and collaboration that we want. Nobody is going to do this alone, ladies and gentlemen. If Waumini is to go to this rightful place, we must take advantage of all the energies, the skills, the ideas, the opportunities available to all of us. I would like to thank all the delegates and members and our other stakeholders for their continued support. It is through your efforts and contributions that the Sacco has been able to achieve the key milestones already highlighted. Together, we can only look forward to a better future. I pray for God's guidance as we continue glorifying His name through Waumini Sacco. May abundance of blessings and all forms of goodness be our portion, now and forevermore. Somebody say amen. Amen.
Honorable delegates, the Supervisory Committee is mandated and draws its mandate from Cooperative Society Act, Cap 490, and our Waumini Sacco bylaws, Clause 83 and 84. The main mandate of the Supervisory Committee is to provide independent oversight to the Sacco and to do verification of all transactions that happen on the Sacco, and on a quarterly basis, the SC makes or compiles a report and shares it with the board and also Commissioner of Cooperatives, just to ensure that our Sacco is going on well. In the financial year 2023, from that table, there have been positive growth on the selected indicators, as you can see, that membership grew by 12.98%, the shares grew by 11.57%, the deposit grew by 5.91%, the loan book grew by 13.41%, and the asset grew by 8.13%, where the revenue grew by 9.66%. The SE continues to urge our members to continue to patronize our products and services so that we can realize the optimal benefits, which include better returns for our investment. And during the same year, that is financial year 2023, 5,371 new members were joined the Sacco. This is, we can compare it with last year, 2023, the year 2022, where 4,990 members joined. When we come to category B, in the financial year 2023, 104 members joined the Sacco, while on the flip side, 358 members applied to withdraw from the Sacco. While still tackling on issue of Sacco growth and customer care, the other area is on member education. The marketing team and customer care have visited different units and parishes within the year with the sole purpose of recruiting new members and also educating the existing members. On the same year, we have had 3 webinars, and where we had 3 different topics that we were taken through. One of the topics was digital empowerment, financial empowerment, saving and debt management, and we urge our members and delegates that whenever we are called upon to join a meeting or a training forum, that we do so. And I urge you, delegates, that we be ambassadors. We be ambassadors in our respective units to mobilize our members to join the education and webinars whenever they are planned for. This will ensure that we are all empowered, that we are making sound decisions regarding our investments in our Sacco. So as the Sacco, we noted that there have been continuous improvement on the Sacco, where they are facilitated for trainings, depending with their designation, and we also check at welfare of our staff. We noted there have been activities to motivate our staff and to check on their wellness, just to ensure that they are able to deliver value to our members. On information, communication, and technology, which we say that it is necessary, in the year 2023, there was a system upgrade, which was from Navision 2013 R2 or Release 2 to a more modern version. As at end of the year, the system deployment was at 75%. And we have been consistently following up the process with two aims. The SCM, when following the process, was in twofold. One, to ensure there is minimum disruption of services to our members, and two, to ensure any data migration is consistent. For you to embark on that journey, the first step is to ensure that you have policies that are up to date. So we are reporting to this to this meeting this day that during the year 2023, Waumini Sacco steered and policies were reviewed. So we are on course, and the board have promised that they are continuing with the process, and we want to affirm that the necessary contracts of the consultants have been signed, so we are on course in implementing the ISO certification. Honorable delegates, in conclusion, we are pleased to indicate that the Supervisory Committee have continued to offer its oversight role in regard and to its mandate, and that robust internal controls, risk management measures, fiduciary financial practices that have been implemented throughout the year has contributed to the Sacco's stability. Waumini Sacco, a future to believe in. Thank you.
Dear delegates, can we give a better clap to the team of the SC? Our treasurer, Bwana George Murithi Munyi, to come and take us through the next session, which is approval of the 2023 accounts and audit reports.
So thank you so much. I also want to take this opportunity to just also mention the Finance and Admin Committee that has been working together with me. They are here. It's important to take note. We have Kakamori. I know he has stepped out a bit, but let me recognize Marcelinus, ECPA Marcelinus. We work together in the same committee. So everything that we are doing together, we do it as a team. So thank you, Marcelinus, for the support also. So external auditor, pick it up. I'll come in a minute.
This is the statement of profit or loss and other comprehensive income, which I did say it keeps the performance of the society during the year 2023. But again, we have the comparative for the previous year, 2022. As you chart the strategy for the new, the year 2024, at least there's an history of where you are coming from, where you are. So the core business of the society being loans management. We audited the accompanying financial statement of Waumini Deposit Taking Sacco Society, set out on this report, which comprises of the statement of financial position as at 31st December 2023, the statement of comprehensive income, statement of changes in equity, and statement of cash flow for the period then ended, and the summary of the accounting policies and the explanatory notes. In our opinion, the financial statement give a true and fair view of the state of the society financial affairs as at 31st December 2023, the results of its operations and the cash flow for the period,
ended in accordance with the requirements of International Financial Reporting Standards and the requirements of the Kenya Sacco Societies Act.
As a Sacco at the moment is to protect the money, lower our cost. But we are looking upon you as a delegate or as a member to grow our revenue. And I'm sure, God willing, Mungu akisaidia, we shall have a very different story come next year. I also know tumekuja safari, hatujakuwa mali tuko, si ndio? Si Sacco inaendelea kukua, and I'm sure we'll get there. How does Waumini Sacco make money, income? You give us your deposits, you repay your loans. From the money that we get, ile kikapu ambacho tunaweka hiyo pesa, we also give other members. Si ni sawa hapo? Tukipea members wengine, wanarudishanga na small interest, ndio? And one of the things I want to thank the entire board and more so the chair is that we've reviewed the interest rates of our products, which is now, okay, this year, 2024, we expect to have 892 million. Next year, we shall be distributing 642 million, up from 510 this year. Iko kwa kitabu, but trust you me, tukikubaliana, we could come back here and distribute over 800 million or even $1 billion if everybody does what they're supposed to do.
Following the replacement of physical shares, the board is seeking amendment of the Article 28B by enabling members to access their shares through their ledger statements. The article shall be read as follows. A member shall access their statement whose contents shall include the number of shares held. The board is requesting to replace general with delegates. An annual delegate meeting shall be convened within 4 months after the closure of the society's financial year.
Karibu sana Chief Officer, Cooperatives, Nairobi County, together with our Director, Nairobi County, Director Cooperatives.
I'll invite my director to give you her remarks and invite the chief. Thank you.
Our role in the county is to promote growth and development of cooperatives. That is what we do on a daily basis. And we are happy about your performance, Waumini Sacco. I know it's my first time to be here. As a county, we have 5,000 cooperatives. Majority of them are savings and credit like yourselves. Amongst the Saccos, we also have the deposit taking and the non-deposit taking cooperatives regulated by SASRA, and I know you are amongst them. That gives you the confidence that the money is safe. So without much ado, in the interest of time, I know the Chief Officer is going to the airport. I want to request him to come and give you his remarks. Our Chief Officer is called Mr. Godfrey Akomali. He doubles as the Chief Officer, Cooperatives and Trade. So matters of markets, mkiwa na issue, ni yeye mtamuona. Chief Officer, kindly come and talk to the members of Waumini Sacco.
The cooperative movement, my dear brothers and sisters, is a valuable place. And like I told some people earlier on today, when you join a cooperative, we call you, when you join a bank, what do the bank call you? What, when you join the cooperative, we call you member. Yet they offer almost similar services. True or false? Therefore, cooperative is a very homely place. And my dear brothers and sisters, this movement you see called cooperatives in this country has mobilized the highest number of savings single-handedly. Today, this movement has over 1 trillion in savings, because this movement is built on the stones of savings and affordable credit. I urge you and encourage you, members, that you must not just save the bare minimum I encourage you, whenever you have some extra disposable income, bring it here, because here your shilling is safer. And board of directors, as you come up with the products to offer these members, consider making products that make these members, any day they think of going to borrow elsewhere, they have no choice but to come to Waumini Sacco. Because it's when we patronize our services that other things fall into place. Prudently. Borrow for what is necessary. Don't borrow to go on holiday. After you've borrowed to start a new business venture and you've made profits, go on holiday. But don't borrow to go on holiday. Because most of the loans, if you look, Chair, that are not repaid were borrowed for consumerism. They were borrowed to buy new kitenge. Though that one, paying it is very hard because you wonder, nitalipa kwa nini? Are we together? Don't borrow to consume. And because within the infrastructure where you operate, Chair, you have also a very good opportunity of also making sure our young people come through this culture of saving. You members, be ambassadors of this your child called Waumini Sacco. Out there, when you're in here, you can fight because the fight will bring better tidings. Out there, you must be the goodwill ambassadors of this Sacco. Support those in leadership. Their success is your success. Support your board. Support your management team. Because doing so, you are doing it to yourself. I wish you well. God bless you. Muwe na siku njema. Asante.
Thank you. Now our chief guest, our chief officer, Nairobi County. We are extremely honored to having you with us today. Please, let's give a good round of applause. May I thank our Director, Cooperatives, Nairobi County, Madam Aremo. You are most welcome to Waumini Sacco. I've always desired and wished, often I see you from a distance. So thank you so much. As a Waumini family, we love visitors, but actually these are not visitors in the strict sense. Earlier on, we were talking about stakeholders. These are key stakeholders. They are interested, they are keen, they are part of this movement, and most of the things we have achieved, we can attribute the success to their support. Thank you so much. Listening to him, and I'm sure most of you have, I could easily listen to the chief officer until tomorrow. The tremendous wisdom and encouragement, those were quite gracious words of wisdom. He has talked about the need for saving. He has talked about the need of creating membership-friendly products. He has encouraged and I think challenged us to mentor, and I hope that we take that challenge seriously. I wish that today you think of adopting somebody, your son, your daughter, the neighbor, whoever that is, so that his words can come to pass. We shall make that report in our next year's meeting of this nature. I think he has emphasized the integrity, and we take that very seriously. And of course, we have always talked about focus. I think he has emphasized that we must focus on achieving our primary so that obviously we are going to achieve the secondary. He has reminded us the need to leverage on technology, and I think these are deliberations that are ongoing, and the Chief Officer, sir, Waumini, we are doing fairly well. We know that there is room for improvement, and we are very keen and committed.